I genuinely believe that where, when, what, or how you're watching trailers of new magic product is just anything can't be promising. Maybe some of you already know this, but you don't need to have the latest and the craziest gimmick to get the desired reactions and applause. Look, if you can master the basics of your craft, that will do just fine. So let's quickly get over this new release from Murphy Magic Studio, 5 things you should know before you buy Savant Deck. Okay guys, so let's talk about the presentation of this product. So here is the box, as you can see, if my camera can focus, nice, good. So this is the front and this is the back. And it's a pretty decent and the neat looking box, white and black, so aesthetic I will say. So as you open it like this, and the empty box over here, and you get a bicycle rider back, red rider back card. And this is a gimmicked stack deck. And I have the liberty, I can show it to you because there's nothing to hide. See? And as Lloyd Barnes and Mr. Craig Perry describes and claims that this is a magician's fooler, meaning this will going to fool magicians if you're gonna perform for them. And there are a couple of cards missing from here and there, you know, replaced by some other cards. Some cards are missing. Again, it's a gimmicked stack deck. As you can see, I'm going to fan it to you. Listen, I'm a left-handed person. Most likely I'm ambidextrous. But I don't know how to do it with my right hand because I never practiced that. So here is this from the front and the back here. Wait, I can do that. See? Can I? Yeah, nice. Great, so you can see the cards and I can even shuffle it. I can give it a cut like this. I don't know how well I can do that by having my hands over here. I did it. But let me try this. If I can, no, I could not because my hand were here. But anyway, it was great. So let's talk more about this product, yeah? Okay, so this deck is based on the principles that most of the magicians must be aware of. It's a hybrid of 2 classic gimmick deck put together like this. And it's like, did you guys get it? Oh, she definitely understands, but what about you guys? So, if you ever heard or ever owned Rama Deck by Owen Packard, this is a tool in a form of deck of cards from which you can do multitudes of brainstorming effects like Rain Man routine where you do lightning fast calculations, then you can cut the card and tell a person how many cards a person is holding, and then you do this gambler's routine where you can show people how gamblers cheat their way out by remembering the cards in their head, and plenty of other effects. Like I said, this is a tool in a form of deck of cards. So the possibilities are endless. Let the sky will be your limit, yeah? Well, it is certainly not as complex as you would think it is. By the sum of the effects that you can literally perform with it, as explained in the tutorial. The quality of the cards are the same as you would expect from the usual bicycle rider back, which means over the period of time, depending on your usage, you will going to see the sign of wear and tear, and you might need to buy it again, a fresh one. So don't expect anything special out from its build quality. All right, so adding up to that, the tutorial is very brief and detailed, over 3 hours long tutorial. Lloyd Barnes and Craig Perry, they both will going to be teaching you the bits and the pieces, ins and the outs of the Savant Deck. They both have their own style of performance, their own style of routine. So you're getting basically the best of both worlds. All right, so let's talk about skill level for Savant Deck. Who can perform this? After digesting the entire project, I can say that this is for everyone, from beginner to professional. But there's a but. Beginners should be a little cautious about shuffling these cards, which we will going to discuss on it later on this video. It's sort of like a cheat code for those people who don't want to memorize the entire deck of cards using Aronson stack, the famous mnemonica stack, and Stebbins stack. But with this, you only need to do some simple mental maths and you're ready to blow some minds. Okay, so let's talk about the pros. First of all, if you're thinking that you're only limited to calculation effect with this, then you're absolutely wrong. There are a lot of varieties in the routines. There are options to perform different effects. It's not like you have to add the values of the cards every time. You can make yourself look like a genius, a genuine mother genius, guys. Yo, this is the demonstration of my skills, baby.
Algo como este.
Like that. Secondly, it is practical for close-up, walk around, although you're gonna need a table to draw some cards. But anyway, even you can use it in the parlor tricks, for parlor tricks. Remember guys, this is a tool, which means you can create your own routines with it. Let the sky will be your limit. Definitely not like that, it was too intense. But anyway, this can be used for varieties of different occasions. Okay, so guys, let's talk about its cons. Well, I have this love and hate relationship with the gimmick decks. I like to see when it works, but I hardly use it because it takes away that creative liberty comparing to the ordinary deck of cards. There's supposed to be a problem with this effect called Rain Man, in which you do lightning fast calculations with just a glimpse, a fraction of 2 seconds, which to me, according to me, seems unrealistic. Because even a person having a photographic memory like me, retentive memory will be the proper term. It seems very, unrealistic. You cannot convince some skeptic or smarter people in the room because that's how this, this is how a photographic memory works. You have to see a thing, an object or something, or even a drawing for a short period of time, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you make the picture, accurate picture in your mind. And if somebody asks you to draw it, and you draw the exact same thing and tell the exact, the color, the shape, the size, the width, and the time, everything in the accurate way, the accurate thing. So that's how the photographic memory works. But this have a little problem. And the Rain Man is the main routine from this project, as they are calling it, and as well as advertised briefly. They briefly advertised this because for the slightly intelligent audience like mathematicians, scientists, if you are performing for them, this might not seem as convincing as it should to them, according to their perspective. The second flaw with these are the shuffles. If your audience member knows and follow your instructions adequately, then you can let them shuffle these cards. Perhaps they cannot do the Hindu shuffles or overhand shuffle. See, this is what I mentioned earlier. You are very limited with the gimmicked deck. That's why it's not my thing. But anyhow, somehow, if they screw with the shuffles, then you are potentially doomed. So, cutting the cards and riffle shuffle are the only two good options with this deck. But Lloyd and Craig will going to teach you some extra subtleties with shuffles, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Alright, so the pricing of the Savant Deck. It is 3,350 rupees in Indian currency and 34.95 in US currency. 34.95 US dollars, yes. Well, this is affordable, but it's not as affordable according to the Indian market standards because the inflation is rising, and they should consider giving some discount in near future, so it will be much easier for the magicians in India, especially India being such a great marketplace for foreign companies. And we also see some massive growth in the practitioners of magic recently. Buying this sort of magic product from Murphy Magic Shop, well, I get this from Nikhil Magic Shop, which I'm going to provide you both of the links down in my description. So look out for that. And if they're listening to me, I hope they will going to provide some discount or some sale in near future. Let's hope for it. Okay, so who should buy this and who is this for? Savant Deck. Should you get it or should you not? Well, if you're looking for an easy way out, you don't want to spend hours spending time memorizing the deck of cards using mnemonica stack, Aronson stack, and Stebbins stack, then this is for you. This is beneficial for beginners and intermediate, but I will say this is very good for beginners. But do you really need it? See guys, if you don't have the budget to buy this, and be aware, we often have too much of everything, especially if you're watching a mystery artist guy reviewing a magic product on YouTube, you should reconsider that you pretty much have already a lot in your life. And if you have the luxury of watching my video and thinking about what magic to buy next, then that separates you from the most people on earth, just as a side note. Okay, now coming back to this. So it's completely up to you guys. I gave you my opinion, my thoughts on Savant Deck. It is a very good magic tool, but the amount of this was being hyped, this is not a game changer, in my opinion, I think. It is nothing that you show it under your drawer. It's worth your time. You can use it with fair share of amount, but this is not my kind of effect. I don't think I'm gonna use it often. Well, anyhow, I will be making first impression video on this one soon enough, so do look out for that one. But that is not my priority at the moment because I'm already working on some new projects, which one that is with Craftier, a luxury brand. They hire me as a consultant, and there are other few video projects that are pending, so you'll be watching all of that in near future. Now, it's that time when I ask you to help me out. If you get any value from this video, let the almighty algorithm know by hitting the like button. It helped me out and it tells YouTube that it is worth recommending to other viewers and magicians who need to see this. I always appreciate when you take your time out to do this. And with all that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. All hands together now. Salute. Take care out there, guys. Be safe.